we're going to give the young guys a shot again, and so we're into week 3, and hopefully that the 2 true freshmen can help out in there and do some things. But that's up to them, not up to us.
It seemed like for a long time turnovers had been a big talk around here, and you guys had the "that's our ball" thing up in camp, and you're currently last in the conference turnover margin. What could be done to correct that, and does that bother you at all?
Sure, it bothers me, but it's about making plays. We had 2 balls thrown right to us, to our linebackers, right in our hands. We dropped them. So if we catch those 2 balls, we're even, for the year. And so we got to make those plays, and we have to force more fumbles, and then we got to obviously take care of the ball on the other side, with the 2 freshmen putting the ball on the ground.
Is Anthony Brown a guy that you're giving a shot to crack the rotation at cornerback?
Yeah, we have. We've given Anthony a shot. Another one of those young guys in that first class that we signed that has done some good things, so it's his chance to get a tournament.
What do you like about him as a player?
Physical, good tackler, and really wants to be good.
Do you see him just playing nickel?
We may rotate him in base, but it's looking like he'll play nickel for sure.
What did you think of Matt Barkley's performance in the game on Saturday?
I thought it was okay. There were a couple plays, and some stuff could have helped him out too. His stats go a little bit different if we don't have 2 drops and if Marquise lines up off the ball, on his 30-yard slant. So that would change numbers a lot there. But he did some good things. They obviously tried to take him away and the receivers away by what they did in the first half. They had never shown that. They had 2 safeties 20 yards deep, and so that was forcing us to run the ball more in that game. And we should have been more efficient in the run game. Even though we were running it well in the first half, there should have been bigger runs because there were no safeties anywhere down there in the box. That should have been a game that if we're playing well up front, we should have ran them out there.
The kind of lingering criticism of him from last year, of Matt, was the fourth quarter performances. How do you think he's done in the fourth quarter this year, and how much of it has had to do with you guys have kind of been trying to protect leads rather than having back and forth situations?
Yeah, the bottom line is to win the game, and so in the fourth quarter of these games we have had the lead, and we've called the game to win the game. We haven't called the game for stats or and so we've been very conservative in those times. He hasn't been behind yet. That's really where the issue comes up. When you're behind and you got to move him, and so we've been very conservative with our calls to make sure that we win the game and not worry about his stats.
How do you feel about how you guys match up with Syracuse offensively and defensively?
Well, I think first of all on offense, they have a really good passing game. Quarterback 75% completion. He's over 80% in the second half of games. And you go back to his last 3 games now, I think he's 8 to 1 touchdown to interception. So they're playing extremely well in the passing game. It's a timing passing game. They're coached really well. A lot of NFL schemes, and so anytime, regardless of what people think, anytime that you have a quarterback playing extremely well that's experienced, you as an opponent, you better be ready to go. And so we're going to have to be ready to play them. And then on defense, they were 7th in the country last year in total defense and 7th in the country in pass defense. So we're going to have our hands full.
What did you think of the way Mark Tyler played, and is he the guy you'd like to start this week?
I thought Mark played well, especially for missing the majority of camp and going in there. So the good thing is hopefully he'll improve on that. We haven't named a starter yet. We want to see those guys compete and see who comes out here and really wants to play.
Can you talk about Dylan a little bit? And do you expect him to see him playing time?
Yeah, I hope so. We'll see how the game goes. Dylan had a good week of practice last week, and hopefully we'll expand his role this week.